Imagine if someone handed you an ancient book written in a language you'd never seen before. You might feel a little bit confused, maybe even daunted. But that doesn't even begin to describe how experts felt when they first laid eyes on a mysterious manuscript known today as the Voynich Manuscript. It was over 100 years ago, in 1912, when book dealer Wilfred Voynich came across this strange text in a Polish monastery. He saw something unusual, a book written in a script he didn't recognize, filled with drawings that seemed almost alien. And that was just the start. Join us as we look at some of the incredible discoveries made about this book over the past century, including new research that may help crack one of the world's greatest mysteries. This is The Knowledge Seeker. After purchasing the book in 1912, Wilfred Voynich began showing it to colleagues and other interested parties, including the British spy service. As the story goes, they hoped the book might contain secret enemy codes, but were disappointed to find it wasn't anything of the sort. It was definitely written in a cipher, but not one that could be easily broken. For decades, the book's origin and meaning remained a complete mystery. That is, until 1924, when an Italian scientist discovered the answer lay in the book's illustrations. They weren't random pictures, but detailed botanical drawings, leading him to conclude the book must be about plants. Maybe if he could find the name of just one plant in the text, he'd be able to identify the language and unlock the code. It took 3 years, but eventually he found his Rosetta Stone, identifying one of the plants in the drawing as the blackthorn tree. The only problem was the language it was written in didn't match any known language, and the writing system couldn't be deciphered. Finally, in 1930, the mystery deepened even further. Carbon dating revealed the book was written in the 15th century, around the year 1400, not the 19th century as previously assumed. It was a mystery wrapped in an enigma inside a conundrum. But as the decades went on, more and more cryptographers had a go at cracking the code. In the 60s, the NSA got involved, hoping their top cryptographers could solve the puzzle. They used computers to try and break the cipher, but without success. So who or what wrote the book? Was it a secret society, an unknown civilization, or perhaps even aliens? Well, it's certainly possible the book was written by an unknown group of people whose language has been lost to time. But most experts think that's unlikely. It's also highly improbable that extraterrestrials visited Earth in the Middle Ages, although it makes for a fun theory. The truth is, we don't know what language the book is written in. But we do know it's likely not a lost language, because if it were, there would have been clues. There are no unusual characters or symbols that might hint at a script we've not yet identified. Instead, there's evidence the book uses familiar Latin characters, which means it probably follows a familiar grammar and syntax. There may even be words and phrases we recognize. They're just jumbled up in some way. What if the solution is simple? What if someone just made a mistake? Cryptographers believe it's possible the text is simply a hoax, that the whole thing was created by someone looking to fool posterity, but there's very little evidence to support this idea either. For a start, the illustrations are extremely detailed, and whoever made the drawings clearly knew what they were doing. They wouldn't have been out of place in a scientific text written a few hundred years later. Then there's the fact that the pages are made from expensive materials, which is hardly what you'd expect from a fraud. Finally, the book's watermarks date back to the early 15th century, matching the carbon dating results. So, where does that leave us? Well, it turns out we might already have the tools needed to solve the mystery. It'll just take some time for us to figure out how to use them. For a start, we now have the full digital text of the book, which was published in 2009, and it's freely available online. With a little technical know-how, anyone can download it and run linguistic analysis, searching for patterns, phrases, or words that might seem familiar. We also have AI-driven linguistic analysis programs that can comb through huge amounts of data in seconds, finding patterns humans might miss. So far they've been used to analyze the book, but without success. However, this work is ongoing and new techniques are being developed. Meanwhile, websites have been set up to allow people around the world to collaborate on the task, working together to solve the puzzle. The truth is, we still have so much to learn about the world that there will always be new discoveries to make. But it's not just about what we discover. It's also about who we become in the process. The more we seek knowledge, the deeper our understanding of history, language, and the human condition becomes. And that's a journey worth taking, whether or not we crack the Voynich Manuscript. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and of course, subscribe for more awesome content. And if you really want to support the channel, consider joining to get access to exclusive perks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.